going live in 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we're live now. I'm here with Keisha and CJ from CHAN, which is Community Health Action Network, correct?
That's correct. Community Health Action Network. You got it.
And we're gonna wait a couple of minutes for people to start joining in.
Okay.
But in the meantime, Keisha Collier, right?
Yes, you got it, Louise.
Awesome. And CJ Page Jr.
Oh, there we go.
CJ, I have a lot of community health workers that know you, and
Okay.
they ask me, is CJ his name or what does CJ stand for?
Well, you can let him know if I reveal that, I will have to kill him. It's a secret.
That's some private information they don't even want to know.
I am from St. Louis, Missouri. We travel with secrets.
Uh-oh. Watch out.
Just in case if I have a daughter that's out there trying to get some money.
Awesome. And you guys are with CHAN, right?
Well, we're with Community Health Action Network.
Yeah, Community Health Action Network, and I'm sure CHAN is your short version. And where are you guys located? What do you guys do? Tell us a little bit about your organization.
You okay, Louis?
I'm
okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we're located in the high desert, Victorville in particular, and we service the African American and Latino communities. And mostly we serve our low socioeconomic population. We provide emergency services, health and nutrition education. We also provide utility assistance, rental assistance programs, as well as our car safety program, where we train folks on car safety and the importance of keeping their children in a safety restraint. And we do all of this for free. CJ, anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, I want to add, Keisha, that I want everyone to realize that this is a nonprofit organization, and we've been around since 2009 serving the community. We have now become advocate for health, to help family, to educate family, and to prepare them for life situations. So if things that they need, we want to be able to say, we want to be the first stop and the only stop to be able to help you. And Keisha put out a lot of information. Yes. So we want them to make sure that they Google us. I love it when a person Googles to find out all the information that we do. Keisha mentioned about some of the service, but one of the biggest things that we do is those that is in need is produce a food voucher. And it is valued at $50 food voucher, but it's only for the need. If you need it, it is restricted that you cannot buy alcohol, you cannot buy cigarettes, it has to be food. So those are some of the services, along with one of the COVID-19 that we are doing, which is our food distribution. And we are continuously to helping family. We are on the front line, Louis, to be able to provide service for family in this pandemic situation that we're in. So if you need it, call us. We'll make sure that you receive it.
So I'm guessing you guys are having a tough job, especially right now with this COVID going on. A lot of people, a lot of services. Maybe you guys are being reached by a lot of people. You said to Google your website. Is it chanhd.org?
You got it.
Awesome. It's gonna be on the chat as well. So I'm guessing you guys are slammed with people trying to get food, trying to get resources for them. What is the biggest challenge that you guys have faced during this pandemic per se?
Well, our mission is quite simple. You know, we believe in healthy families and thus healthy communities. So in saying so, meaning healthy physically, socially, and economically. And with everything that is going on, there has been an influx in our constituents. So, where we may service, a certain amount of number of folks per week, that number has doubled, due to, the things that are going on. So we've really tried to do our best at Chan to be resilient and really just bounce back and stay in the race, if you will, and really making sure that we can provide the services, and if not the services, definitely the resources that our community needs. Like now, transitioning from virtual, from person-in-person nutrition classes to virtual ones,
Yes. Just
as
like
well
this
as
meeting.
our listos. You got it. Exactly.
Yeah, we could have been there in person. I think we're both from Sol and Chan are both located in the high desert as well. I think we're office neighbors as well.
Mhm.
So having to transition to this electronic instead of meeting person to person it's been a change for us and for you guys as well.
Well, that's
No,
that's the key that she put out. And when you ask that question, the challenge that we have, those are some of the challenge trying to get
yeah,
used to it and bring
yeah,
in the revenue that we need. One of the things that she did talk about was our utility assistant. If we was in the right place to be able to have the right funding, we could be able to help more people. But I'm very grateful, very thankful, and I praise God that we able to utilize our biggest gift that we have is our partnership, because we're able to help a young man who was disabled and not able to get around, who was in need. Instead of helping him monetarily, we was able to refer a resource that did tremendous work for him. He is handicapped and cannot get out, and he was well under debt to be able to pay for his utilities and rental. But guess what? He's debt free today due to the fact of our support and our help and resources. And a good shout out to the Department of Aging for doing that.
Mhm.
thank you, and I appreciate all the work that you do. Since we work as well in the high desert, like I said, I hear a lot of people saying, "Oh, we know Chan, we know CJ, we know Keisha. We're keeping communication." So I know you guys are doing a great job out there. We hear
Thank you.
from the community, and we hear from everybody that you guys are doing a great job. Especially in the Hispanic population, especially in the African American population. You guys are doing a tremendous job because there's a big need. There's a big need in the high
Yeah.
desert, and you guys are fulfilling those. And today you guys are working together with us in the Listos California project to bring people aware for emergency disaster preparedness.
Yes,
Is that right?
exactly. That
Yes.
is 100% correct. And we really is very grateful for that, because it gives us the opportunity not only to help family, but watch this, but also it helps us as well. So this is empowering to be able to help a lot of families.
Yeah. Mariana Lopez says, "Thank you, Keisha and CJ, for all you do."
Thanks,
So,
Rihanna.
Thank
Hi.
you.
Ever says hi. We got Tonia saying hello, and we got a couple. Selena, I don't know if you remember her, one of our community health workers. She's here. She's saying hi.
I do remember Selena.
And then there's a couple others in here that are all saying hi to you guys and commenting. So
Hi there.
just feel the love there.
Thank
Yes,
you.
um,
yes.
Yes.
with
We
this,
miss you guys.
yeah, we'll hopefully see each other soon. With this Listos campaign, how are the community taking in this information? How are they receiving it? What are they telling you?
Well, one of the things that we had to do in light of COVID-19 is we had to reshift our strategies, as we touched on briefly earlier. Primarily, CJ and I, along with our team, were feet to the streets, doing outreach events. But, once COVID-19 hit, we had to be sensitive, to what was going on and shift our strategies a little bit. Part of that being really recognizing where else can we go safely and still disseminate this information to our community, which is so important. Many other communities have been dealing with COVID-19 and possibly an earthquake. It happened in Texas. It happened in Searles Valley or Wrightwood, whichever one you want to call it, the other day with the 5.1
Yes.
earthquake. So CJ was really instrumental in ensuring that we stayed in the community's face by being at essential locations and sharing information, the food banks, and making sure we actually went where the community was going, as opposed to just dropping the ball and saying, okay, we'll wait till COVID-19 is over. We kept pressing forward.
Awesome.
And one of the things that I like to add is very important. By doing this, we realize that there is a lot, Luis, and let me repeat that, a lot of families do not know what to do when this time takes place. So a big shout out to Governor Newsom for making this happen, because it's education and it's empowering. And Keisha said it best when we was doing a outreach with Victory Outreach in the city of Victorville. One of the questions that we proposed, what do you do if an earthquake separated you and your family right now? At this very moment, your kids is in school somewhere and you back at home, but you can't get to them and they can't get to you. What is the central thing that you want to do? And guess what? They said, I love that information. And that gives the door open for us to really kind of show all the bullets that we need to talk about. So yes, I am so grateful for LISO California to empower the families.
Yeah, I think.
And they're really open. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, Keisha.
No, I was just going to say, to answer your question plainly too, they're just open, surprisingly open and receptive to the information. We've been working on the campaign since February, and we've already reached over 11,000 individuals.
Yeah, awesome. And I think a couple of months ago, if you were to ask me the same question, I would have been just, well, yeah, I don't know, and I don't want to think about it.
Yeah.
And now at least I'm a little more prepared because of all the information that I've received, not only for the LISO's team at El Sol, but also from other organizations that put their own helpful spin, especially depending on the region that we live in. I'm going to jump onto the comments. I know Beatriz is here. She's saying hi. Letis is saying hi. And Justin is saying that he's loving this information. So,
oh, great.
Awesome.
Yes, thank you. Big shout out to Leticia.
Keisha, I see behind you, you have a little PowerPoint, little presentation, your little cheat sheet.
Yes.
It says 5 essential steps to preparedness. You want to tell us what it's all about?
Yeah, so the idea behind the LISO's campaign program is, it was enabled by Governor Newsom and state lawmakers, and being rolled out in California to our most vulnerable populations, not meaning that they're weak, but meaning that, when a disaster strikes, these are the communities who may take a little longer to bounce back, or may not have the resources to bounce back as fast as someone else. So the LISO's campaign was designed to help us educate, raise awareness, and empower our community to take charge. Because, our first responders and other emergency staff, they do everything they can when a disaster strikes, but it's impossible for them to be at all places where they're needed at all times. So this information that we share, we can go into depth, or we can talk about just the quick 5 steps to disaster preparedness. And that's what I'll share really quickly, just the 5 key steps to preparing you and your family for a disaster when it strikes. We also offer this in a hour-long curriculum where we even talk about the contents of your emergency kit and your plan, and et cetera. But first, I'll just talk about the 5 tips. One is to get alerts so you know what to do. And one of the systems where you can get alerts is SB Ready. And they have an app that you can use. If you want to put that in the chat, Luis,
yes,
that would be great.
Is it in sbready.org?
Yes. Or you can look up SB Ready in your apps if you have an iPhone or an Android, and you can pull it right up. And it's a great resource to know, what is potentially happening or what has happened. Secondly, you want to make a plan to protect you, your family, your neighbors, and ensure, and CJ has it right there on his phone. That's great. To make sure that you guys know what to do in an emergency, know where to go. Do you have an out-of-town resource for the family to connect with? 3, you want to pack a go bag with the things you need. And that go bag is that bag that you can grab quickly if you had to evacuate. So you
What
want
are
to
some
make
of the things that go into this go bag? Because
sure.
I
One of
know
the
I need
things,
my cell phone, my charger, and that's
yes.
basically it.
And one of the things that people forget or forget to replace is
Yes.
money, cash.
Oh,
You don't have to have a lot, but you want to make sure you have a small amount of cash for emergencies, while you're evacuating. Medications, formula. Each of the contents may be unique to each of the families, just depends on who is in your family. So making sure if you're disabled that you have maybe a backup battery if you have electronic equipment or an electronic wheelchair, or even a manual wheelchair if you can't get to the electronic wheelchair.
And those are things, Keisha, and I hate to cut you off, but I want to make a valid point. We was doing a presentation on that same with a disabled, and this is something that they don't know, the things to put into that get up and go bag.
yeah.
So Keisha, I applaud that because this is something that we've been doing and we really we really take this serious and hammer this home. And Keisha has a disabled father, and I love her testimony that she talks about when everybody separated and they forget about the one person that's there. So I don't mean to take up a lot of that time. I just
No,
want
that's
to make
perfect.
a point about that. That is very important. I'm a type 2 diabetic. I have to have, some people have to have medicine. Praise God. I don't have no insulin. I'm just controlled, and I got to keep that going. But some people, it's type 1 diabetes. They have to have so much insulin that they have to put into that bag. So forgive me for talking too much on that.
Oh. No, and how would you recommend this backpack to be built? And any backpack would do, or does it have to be waterproof? Does it have to be, anything special that we could get?
Well, depends on your resources. I'd rather say use what you have and have it than if you can't, maybe you don't have access or you can't afford a waterproof backpack. It's ideal because it's durable. But if you can't, at least have something. Creating a plan costs nothing. You can do it tonight with the tips that we've shared, with the 3 tips that we've shared. There's 2 more that are really important. And the 4th one is to build a stay box, or a stay bag for when you can't leave. And most of us have experienced that to some extent during the COVID-19 pandemic, because there were times where we were sheltered in place. So thinking of the things that you would need to be comfortable when you are when you can't leave from wherever you are. And then lastly, I think sometimes we forget to be in a position to help your friends and neighbors get ready. And I have to add our seniors to this, because sometimes we forget about them. For those who may need your assistance, we want to be in a position to help each other and come together and check on our neighbors. How many times have we seen disaster strike and you see communities come together who maybe have never even spoken to each other before?
That's real.
So that's the 5 tips. They're behind me as a reminder. I will also put them into the comments section of the Facebook for everyone to refer to.
So let's do a recap. What was number 1?
Number 1, get alerts.
Get alerts. Get alerts.
Let's be ready.
Number 2,
make a plan. It's free.
Plan. It's
cost
important.
You nothing. Yes.
Number 3,
pack a go bag.
Pack a go bag. That's important. I got to do that.
Yeah.
Number 4,
build a stay box.
Build a stay box. And number 5,
help your friends and neighbors. Be in a position to help your friends and neighbors.
And most of these, besides the backpack, I think they're free, and they take about an afternoon to take care of the checklist and go through all 5 of them and really take care of all those
yes.
all those things. I think Marcela is putting up the 5 of them on there as we're talking.
Awesome. Perfect. And then I just have to add, when you're creating your plan, test it out and make the necessary adjustments. Like CJ was saying with my dad, we had this, well, we thought we had a rock solid plan. We have place 1 to go to, place 2 to go to. And then when the earthquake hit, we had everyone in position, but my dad is, he's not completely disabled, but he moves really slow. And we forgot about him. We didn't put him in the plan. So we had to go back and revisit the plan and say, what do we do with Dad when a disaster strikes? And what do I need to tell him to do until we can get to him? You know, stop, cover, and hold, all of those things.
Do you think practice would be a good advice for some of these people?
At least twice a year.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. You want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because when a disaster strikes, I usually completely forget about everything, unless it's like muscle memory and get it going.
Right.
Awesome. We heard a lot of information that you guys do besides the Listos campaign. A lot of services that you guys provide. Do you guys just provide them to the people up here in the high desert, or do you guys go out of your cities and go to different areas?
Primarily the high desert.
Okay.
I think CJ, you wanted to add something to that.
No, I was about to say, Keisha, basically, no, we do go out. But like she said, it's in the high desert, and we continuously to do that. But make no point, we try to get home first.
Awesome. And I'm sure people are going to be writing us to see how we can reach you guys, how they can take advantage of those services. Is there, what's the best way to get a hold of you? What's the best way to reach you? What's the fastest way for them and the easiest for you?
Well, we're in an earthquake right now. You go outside and you put your hand over there and say, "Hey, I need to talk with you." No.
Little fire signal, smoke. Well, no, CJ's on its way.
Right, exactly. No, I'm just kidding. No, they can reach out to Chan by simply calling 760-241-9900. That's 760-241-9900.
And also,
comments.
Yeah. And also our Facebook page. We are very responsive. You can send us a direct message at Chan, CHAN 2007 on Facebook. And you can also stay tuned because we're always posting pretty much everything that we're doing and offering on our Facebook page.
And I just like to say that, Keisha, if you can give that where they can like us, and they can get all the information to stay in contact with us, to include upcoming activity that we're doing for Listo, California, to include this next week. So if you say, hey, I want to be able to join them and be able to take part of that, and this way you can just click that little button and we will be able to give you all the information. Keisha, take it away.
Absolutely. And that is at Chan, CHAN 2007.
I didn't hear that. Say it again.
For
those that couldn't hear.
At Chan, CHAN 2007 on Facebook.
Just like us. We like you.
I added a link on there. Go to their Facebook page. I know you guys are putting a lot of resources on there as well.
Yes.
I see that you guys when you guys go out to the community and give out maybe food banks, maybe information. So if you want to be part of a bigger community and help each other out, I think you guys are there. You guys are active. You guys are meeting face to face with people with caution.
Yes.
That's all right now.
With caution. Social distancing.
But hopefully things will start to get better. Is there anything else that you guys want to add?
Well, we just like to thank you guys. Thank you, Luis, Marcella, if you're listening, Alex, Angelica, and the whole El Sol team for the confidence you have in us and the partnership and support that you give us. So we just really want to thank you.
Awesome. CJ, anything else you want to?
Well, I just wanted to say, I'm just like Keisha. She just have a better memory than I do. She mentioned everybody, so I'm glad about that. So I don't have all that, but I do like to say, from the bottom of my heart, that this is something that we take seriously to be able to educate and inform the family. And due to the Trona situation, unfortunately, it leads up to something like this. So with that being said, we want to be able to take every advantage to help any family that is in need to be able to say, hey, I want to do that. What must I do to be able to get that information?
Right.
Please give us a call and take a like for us so we can give you the information from where we are at, because we already got several events that's taking place. We have several virtual events that's going to take place, and we're going to be hammering this. We're going to hammer it so much that it'd be like ABC. You'll know exactly what to do at the time of
Right
an
away.
incident. If a flood takes place, you'll know what to do. If an earthquake takes place, you'll know what to do. And unfortunately, that's where we're at now. We're in the coronavirus that have taken place upon us, and we still have to get all the information. So
Yeah.
we have to look at life a little bit different, because now this has become the norm. So guess what? Liso, California have now become the norm. This is what we have to be able to do.
Thank you. And thank you, Community Health Action Network. Chan,
Yes.
for short.
Let it roll. Come on, let it roll. Community Health Action Network, better known as Chan. Let it roll.
We're going to be hearing a lot about you guys in the next couple of weeks, couple of months.
Yes.
Hopefully we're working together a little more stronger once this Corona is over. I'm going to leave just a couple of minutes, a minute or two for the chat to pick up. If they have any questions for you guys, I'll let them write it. But just so everybody's aware, next week we're going to have another one of our CBOs, another organization presenting just like you guys did today on Wednesday at the same time. So whatever organizations we have on our Facebook page, please everybody go follow them. They're doing a great job. Everybody is making great efforts to improve our communities, to make our communities more resilient.
Yes.
Like CJ told me once, we're not just giving them a fish, we're teaching them how to fish. And I think that's really important that we do. I don't see any more comments. So I want to thank everybody for watching this video. And if you're watching it not live, leave a like and go give a like to Chan as well. Thank you very much, CJ, and thank you.
Oh
Keisha.
my goodness. Thank
Thank you,
you very
guys.
much. We
My name is
appreciate
Emily.
it.
Great night.
Take care.
Yes.